speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. Welcome to speak on it. 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 Welcome to speak. 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 Who you with, Kirk, dog?
Kurt Dog. Happy Wednesday to y'all. Yeah, it's Wednesday night and we are live. Uh, yeah, my little sister Miss Risky is in the house. We are kicking it live. Um, we said it's better for us to come on tonight because tomorrow is gonna be a rough day. But we here tonight. We're gonna hit on a couple of things tonight. Uh, do y'all have Bank of America bank account? Folks woke up this morning missing some money out their bank account. If um if you have Bank of America and you was affected by it, hit us up in the chat or call us 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. Also, we're going to talk about Devin McFall, the 11-year-old that was killed earlier this week here in Dallas by a 14-year-old young lady. Um, Texas, one of the states that uh, basically have access to guns. You can get them from anywhere. So we're going to hit on that. Then also, uh, Collin County is looking for Kayla Kelley, the 33-year-old that is missing out of Frisco, Texas. Um, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Then, if it's something y'all want us to hit on, hit us up in the chat. What's going on? Radio Chaos, my brother out of Canada, said, "Hey, Kurt, dog. Hey, Miss Rick. Let me bring Miss Risky on for she can respond appropriately. What's going on, little sister? How you doing
I am all right. I'm just playing around with some things.
tonight?" Well, that's I know you're trying to make some things happen, but how how's your week going so far?
Just like any other
Oh,
week, it's going too fast and it's just too much going on.
I feel you. I'm just hoping vacation time everything moves slow motion because I don't want. Uh, I'm ready for it. I'm tired. I need a long vacation, so hopefully that's what happen. But I'm enjoying myself. Um, so thank you for coming on a Wednesday night, a day early. So you ready to jump into it, or you got something on your mind?
Nothing really.
Oh, okay. I see your eyes moving. I guess you still trying to work out some things.
No, I was closing some things.
Oh, okay. What you sipping on tonight?
Water.
That's the best thing, H2O. I know here in Texas, what was it like? Almost 80 yesterday and it's about 73, 74 today.
Yes, perfect springtime weather.
And then a cold front coming in this weekend. So
Yep. So, I'll have my parka ready.
exactly. So let's do you bank with Bank of America?
No. I stopped banking with them because, my family, they were a Nations Bank family. and I
Yeah.
had them through college, and then they changed to Bank of America. And when I got to North Texas, I'm trying, I'm on a budget, but every month I'm like negative. Yeah, and they had those insufficient fund fees that would
Yeah.
eat you up. So I found out after I called them, I was like, listen, I'm balancing and I'm missing like 15, 25, dollars, and that's substantial to a college kid. They were charging me for using my own account. Like
What the hell?
yeah, they had a thing where it was like if you did 6 transactions, and this is a checking account, not savings, anything over 6 transactions in a month, they will charge you like a couple of dollars for each transaction after.
Mm.
Like, dude, I'm in college. I use my card for books, food, everything. And so I couldn't afford them. So I ended up, going to Washington Mutual, which is now Chase. Been with them since I was in my mid-20s. So yeah, Bank of America and we fell out a long time ago.
Yeah, I had them for a short period, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm with not a major bank, but I'm getting ready to change soon. Welcome to the show, Marcella Smith. Congratulations on your second nephew, born today, 8 pounds, 8 ounces on the 18th day of the first month. Congratulations. All those eights. Maybe I need to play 888 on a pit 3 or something. I
That
don't
make
know.
him an Aquarius.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to my sister and my sister-in-law, whose birthday is getting ready to come up the 21st. And my niece too, 20 and 21st. So shout out to y'all. T-Cal is in the house. What's going on, T-Cal? Um, said I have them, love them, had them for years. Yep. Said congratulations to Marcellus. So on this Bank of America issue, um, they say it's from Zelle. Now Zelle is
Yeah.
supposed to be um, a safer way of sending money, but what was going on? Um, they wasn't pulling the money out. It was the delay in pulling the money out the bank account. Now I know whenever I use Zelle, shoot, that money gone soon as before I send seeing it's gone. So they don't play around with it. I'm like, hey, um,
Well, according to the story, like the money was transferred via Zelle, and some of the people had it in their accounts. They were getting ready to pay bills, and then they checked, and it's gone. So it wasn't that it was like a delay or pending transaction. It was in their accounts, ready to be used because it's instant. As soon as you like, if I send you money through Zelle, it's there. So they had it confirmed it, and it disappeared. So a lot of people were panicking, especially if you're maybe getting money for doing a business or something like that, some kind of transaction, and you use that for your bills. That can, and you're collecting all these fees because if you're going over, who's
yeah.
going to cover that? Because I know Zelle is like a third party um, uh, banking system that they use, but like who do people call? Because Bank of America, like that's it. We need to contact them. But they use it. You know what I mean? So it's like people are panicking and scrambling. So I don't know um, what the resolution was if because I don't see in the story um,
Well,
if it was returned to them or but oh no, it was resolved. So customers have their funds back, but it's like if something like that, like who do you contact?
so you're breaking up real bad.
My phone's not
Um,
even hear me. Let me move it over again.
that's why I said move your phone.
It was. It's like
But
way over here. 'Cause
yeah,
you to my left.
they say it was resolved. It said that it they did refund the money, but I guess it's from the holidays. The system just not catching up. A lot of people said the Bank of America was hacked, but of
Yeah, I
course
don't think
they're
it
not going to
had
tell
anything to
us that.
do with the holidays because that was like again, Zelle and things like Cash App is pretty much instant. As soon as I send you money, it's you can accept this in your account. It's there. Everything
Yeah.
is digital anyway, so it's like it's not like it's actually cash on hand. It's digital. So I don't think holidays had an effect on it because then know people wouldn't get it until the day after. But it's a day or two.
Okay.
And we're a long ways away from the holiday.
All right. So I'm sure they're gonna investigate it a little bit more, but I also seen on social media where people was going to banks. Now it just wasn't in Dallas because I seen online where it was people like in Kansas City.
Yeah, it affected a lot of people all across. Because they, yeah, they Zelle is pretty much all over. If you have Bank of America, wherever the bank is, and they use Zelle, you were affected. Not everybody,
Yeah,
but some people.
I know. It's because one woman she blamed the issue on um said she felt hopeless. Kansas City woman blamed bank overdraft on problem with Zelle, but it, the banks they gotta have good system. I been going through my emails today and realized that PayPal has sent me an email saying that somebody got host to my account back in December, which I don't really use PayPal, but this is happening so much. Even a company I dealt with back in May of last year, they sent me a letter a couple of weeks ago saying the same thing. Someone got into their system and my information may have been compromised, which I have different type of alerts on my credit. So if anybody pull it or try to do anything, it's gonna send an alert. Um, so definitely, if you've been affected by Bank of America, uh, pay attention to your account. May not happen today. It may be a couple of days from now. Um, but of course, they can say it's Zelle, but it may be something bigger than Zelle because I don't know if everybody have used Zelle. Um, but you don't know, really don't know. So you get it fixed.
What?
No, no,
I don't even know what you're
no, you
talking
didn't.
about. Like, get what fixed? What are you talking about?
Okay, I can hear you fine now. I You don't see the message I sent you?
I have different screens up. I'm not looking at your
Oh
thing. I'm
Lord,
like, if
Lord,
I have stories,
why
it's
you
not
treat me
on.
so bad?
Like, you should know this by now. Like, I have news stories, like, in different tabs. It's not on. Like, I'm not looking at you.
Lord have mercy, boy. You treat me like a bald headed stepchild. You know that?
Listen, I'm making moves. I'm trying to stay on it.
Okay, I
Like,
know
I don't know how you
you.
keep up with your story. I'm trying to stay off my phone, which is how I read my stories because I was reading online. That's probably the interference, but I don't know what it is because my phone's not on and it's not near me right now. So, I mean, it's near, but it's not on.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
All
who
right.
knows? I mean, I plug in my mic, it still gets fuzzy. I take it out, it's still fuzzy. Who knows?
Well, hey,
The
we're gonna work.
interwebs don't like me.
We're gonna work through it. It might be Bank of America after you said you left them years ago. They want some more
They
of
should
those
be over it
fees.
by now.
They lost a lot of money because of you.
Not really. I was a college student.
I know. Um, but I'm seriously thinking about joining a credit union. I've been with my bank for a long time, and it's about time for us to get a divorce. So I'm looking at changing. So if y'all have suggestion of a good bank, definitely let me know. I just hate going through everything to change everything I have set up. Uh, I hate doing all of that, but I'm gonna have to do something. So I already gave them my notice. They
Well, you
like,
give them
please don't.
notice.
I gave them notice. They told me, please don't go. We like you. I don't like y'all. Y'all ain't been good for me. So, but I'm looking at changing here pretty soon. But I have to find the right um, bank to deal with. So,
Yeah,
um,
because I mean, most banks are, on.
I'm sorry. I wish. I wish.
And do y'all want to have? But no, most banking is online, and no matter how all the safeguards they put in place, there's always something that can interfere with that, whether it be hackers or maybe they didn't update their security software. We're vulnerable because everything we have is online. So
Yeah.
it's like there's no such thing as safe. Like if they want it, they get it.
Well, with my bank, it's other issues with them. I
Yeah.
just, I just don't like them. I'm sorry. I don't like them. But hey, I'm gonna do what I have to do. So, Radio Chaos said, if you divorce your bank, you should be entitled to half their money. I wish. I won't complain. Won't complain at all. Give me 1% of it. I'll be good.
I just did something weird. I don't know what I just did.
I thought you was talking about the fact that Radio said reason why you was looking like that.
Yeah, like I'm still clicking buttons.
I
I'm
hear.
clicking buttons and trying to connect like my TikTok to this, and I discovered a whole
Oh
page.
Lord,
I'll take a picture of it. Hold on.
she done
I'm
went down
grabbing
the
my phone
rabbit
so I may
hole.
go fuzzy. Hold on.
She went down the rabbit hole.
I did, and it took me to a weird.
Clink 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 clink. I
Hold on.
mean,
Okay, I had to go back to my normal screen. Yeah,
oh,
it took me to like I still have my normal screen, just that one, but then it took me to all this stuff and the things that I've added. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how I got there.
let me see. Okay, you still haven't added
I'm gonna
the
go. I'm
tip.
gonna go in airplane mode.
Oh, yeah, that might be good.
I don't really want
Airplane
to,
mode. So
but
if you are just now tuning in, that's your first time. Please let us know where you are. You are listening to Speak on It, Kurt Dog with Miss Risky. Um, we are live, and normally we come on Thursday night, but Thursday's gonna be hectic for me. So I'm like, hey, let's do it tonight. I have time. Let's do it tonight because I know the rest of the week is gonna be crazy. Um, so definitely let us know where you are. Uh, Everybody is welcome here. We're like family. Everybody is welcome no matter where you are, what part of the country you're in, because Radio Chaos is way up in Canada. Uh, my little brother, a big brother, my brother, we'll just say my brother from another mother. He's in Canada. Marcella Smith is in that little country called Louisiana. Uh, they had their own world out there. So, um, but definitely, um, let us know where you are. Please, uh, do not put any links in the chat because that will get you blocked. Kind of like the guy that, or the woman or the bot that put something in the chat while ago. Uh, we just block them. So, other than
probably
that,
evil. What was it? Evil donkey? Was that him?
oh,
I
Eva
wonder
Donkey.
whatever happened to him.
I wonder what happened to him also, because it's been a while since we talked to him. He's not blocked anymore. I unblocked him a year and a half ago. I guess since his homeboy not in office, he don't have nothing to talk about. So I don't know. But anyway, Oh, where is Eva Donkey? Come out, wherever you are. But
You're gonna get 15,000 things on your hits.
yeah,
Like,
because
oh girl.
at the end, I did have to block him because some of the things he was putting in the chat. One thing about the show is for everyone, but we would not tolerate disrespect. That won't happen. So, and that's what Eva did. Radio talking about, I remember the last time he was on, he went down in flames. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was pissed. He I think he called us damn near every name in the book except a child of God. Because he went way down. And I just said, you know what? No more. And then was he the one that would call me and have his number blocked and just
He may have
constantly
been
kept
him, but
calling?
there was two. There were two people who would harass you in weird hours of the night and not leave messages.
Well, once I go to sleep, my phone go off, so it didn't matter. But one guy, I know you talked me into answering the call, and he started using the N word click click. So I'm like, no, we don't tolerate that. So but it's a show for everyone. But if you do call in, please do not block your number. I would not call you back. Only a couple of people I have called, that's radio and golly, she gonna kill me. Out of Florida.
All aboard.
All aboard, all aboard, all aboard. I haven't talked to her since last year. I need to send her a text and check up on her. Because last time I talked to her, she was on vacation. And so I need to reach out to her to make sure she doing good. But yeah, this is a show for everyone. You can always call us 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665 during the live shows. I will answer and go from there. Um, so lately in the news, we've been hearing about a lot of gun violence, or not just gun violence, just violence. Period. That is involving kids, which is uh, um, which is really disturbing. The one that happened this week, um, is really crazy. Because I have questions. I have questions, and um, I need to know because I'm torn about this. And one thing about it, uh, two kids' life is gone. And reason why I say two kids because one was killed, 11-year-old um, that was shot and killed, and the 14-year-old young lady that pulled the trigger, her life is over
Yeah, and it was over a
because
stupid
they're
fight with some other girl, and
yeah, it
she
was
shot the wrong person. Because of course, she doesn't know anything about guns. She was, they didn't say
14
what the argument was about.
breaking up.
I just came in. You know what? I'm over a podcast.
I don't know what the deal
Like,
is, but when we
no
start
matter what
talking
I
about
do,
something, when we start talking about something important, that's when your computer start just chopping it
yeah.
up. It's doing a
And it's not. I
revamp.
mean, this is a new computer, so it can't be the computer. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've done Zoom videos and calls and had no problems.
Hmm,
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, like I said, she was arguing with some little girl in the neighborhood and ended up shooting the 11-year-old Devin McFall, um, who's, I guess, their families were close. So both of them are, mourning the loss of both children because, like, it wasn't even, it was just like ridiculous how it happened. And the fact that she had access to the gun, someone's going to be held need to be held responsible for that. Not just the 14-year-old, but one of the parents. Like, where did she get this gun from?
Yeah, and see, that's the question. Where did she get a gun from? That's what I want to know. Where did she get a gun from? Because gun safety should be taught at an early age. If you're gonna have a gun in your house, you need to set the rules. You need to have the gun locked up where the kids cannot get access to it, and they need to know the rules. So when you should grab a gun and when you shouldn't, and that wasn't it. Because I know growing up, uh, what we did, we got into it with somebody. Hell, we put a stick on our shoulder, we go around in circles, knock it off, and then we still be talking about what you gonna do, what you gonna do. But if we decide to have a fight with someone, once we had that fight, we still live, and we were back friends probably a couple of minutes
Hour
later
later.
after the fight was over.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem now. Because
Exactly.
kids haven't gotten popped in the mouth for saying the wrong thing. That's the problem. Once you get popped in the mouth, you start being more aware of what comes out. Get popped in the face one time, and these kids don't know this. They somebody talks about their shoes or talks about them or dates somebody's boyfriend or somebody they like, and now they just want to shoot you. No, you need to be popped in the face and get have it out, and then kumbaya later. Like, and everybody lives.
And not only that, it's you fight it out, but you live, you able to live
Right.
and get over it. But see, a lot of time these parents, because we went through a period of time where kids was having kids, and when you're a child and have a child, you're not gonna raise that child like we was raised. And that's this generation that we're dealing with, because it was a lot of young kids coming up having kids, and they're a child, so they don't really know how to raise a child. They raise them as if that's their friend. They raise them by putting them in front of a TV and let the TV video game, or um, now social media raise your kids, and they're gonna mimic what they see on these items. So that's a problem within itself. We got to start doing, we have to get back to the fact of raising our kids and raising them right, because it's sad. It's sad. Now, I've talked with a friend yesterday that uh, that actually know someone that knows the young lady family, and I'm gonna wait until I hear it in the media before I put it out there. But I heard some stuff about this situation, and I just haven't got it verified yet. So it's crazy. And T Cal said, yeah, this young lady uh lost lost her life because she didn't want to flirt with a guy, because huh? She didn't want to flirt with a guy. Was she flirting with a guy? I'm not quite
It's
sure.
always over a guy. Because again, she
Over a
was
guy.
fighting with some little girl. She was fighting with some little girl, and it was probably over some nappy-headed boy. And then she got in her feelings and felt that the only way to resolve the situation was grab a gun that shouldn't have been accessible to her.
Um, I'm sending you a message. We're not sharing it yet. So which is crazy.
I
If
mean,
that
I
is
haven't
the
heard that,
case.
so I wouldn't bring that up.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, somebody close to the situation told me about it, but I
Yeah,
don't know for sure. Yeah.
so we don't. Yeah, don't
Um,
need to,
so
because
we'll
that
wait
has
on
no
that one.
bearing on the story.
Well,
It doesn't.
That's true. It's true. It don't, because I want to know, how did the young lady get the gun?
Yeah.
Where did she get the gun from? Should the person that gave her access to the gun, what if it was her gun, or she got it from the parents? Should the
I
parents
mean,
be
it had to have
charged?
been parents. I mean, and
Not
again,
necessarily.
I mean,
Not necessarily, because you could buy guns like buying candy now.
yeah, but
Allegedly.
not us. We have to be in them streets, and I don't know what her living situation is, so
Okay,
I don't want to speculate.
hold
But
on.
let's
Now,
assume that it's a parent's
now let me
firearm,
let
and
me tell you about that particular neighborhood. I grew up in the original Southern Oaks, which is off of um like Illinois and Overton area,
uh-huh.
over in that area. So
Yeah, I
the
was in that
original,
area.
yeah, the
It
original
wasn't
Southern
wasn't
Oaks.
horrible.
Well, you probably came when they got ready to close them down, but I was there in the early '80s, you know.
Well, yeah, I
Uh,
wasn't there then.
so I grew up in the original Southern Oaks, and these apartments are down the street from it, but the neighborhood is still the same. So um, either way, this incident never should have happened. A young man lost his life. Um, wasn't even involved in it, and that's telling you
That's the tragic thing. Like, wasn't even
exactly.
involved. And again, the fact that what I'm hearing is like she got into it with this girl, left the situation, went to go retrieve the gun, but it was accessible to her, and she thought, I'm going to take her out, and ends up hitting somebody who's just probably, playing outside or just sitting there watching the altercation. Um, I'm sure we'll get more details later on, but none of this should happen. And again, it all goes back to mental health. We need to
That's a
start
help.
doing better because, you can't have these crazy parents raising these crazy kids or just letting them just kind of raise themselves. Have mental health be a part of your annual physical. If you need additional help, your doctor needs to provide and prescribe, a physician who, a psychiatrist or, psych meds or, guide you on how to deal with certain situations because people's reaction to things don't match the outcome. Like you step on my shoe and I'm gonna shoot you. That's overboard.
Yeah,
That's
way
overboard.
overboard.
Like nobody, there's no in between anymore. Like
And
everybody gets
also,
in their feelings and they just want to take you out. Why? That's crazy.
no matter where you are, um, Miss Dion Simmons was on the show a couple of weeks ago. Give her a call. No matter what state you're in, they can help you. 817-776-5803, 817-776-5803, and get counseling. If you work, you could get counseling for free. Go to your HR, ask about the EAP program, Employee Assistant Program. Every company have it. If it's a legit company, they have it, and you can get counseling for free. Reach out to Miss Dion Simmons, tell her that you heard about it on Speak on It Kurt Dog, and she will make sure they provide great help for you. Um, but at this point, we all need counseling. I know I take counseling every Tuesday, 11 o'clock. Don't call me. Every Tuesday, 11 o'clock. If you call me, you might get cussed out. I'm gonna be honest with you, because that's my time. So I
Reclaiming your time.
I won't cuss you out, but I just won't answer because I'm having my counseling session every Tuesday, 11 a.m. So and I advise everybody to take counseling. Is it works. Um, and the only way it will work if you are honest. You have to be honest. One good thing about a counselor, a legit counselor, they are bonded by the law. no matter what you discuss, they cannot discuss it with no one. Not unless you're talking about uh, harming yourself or harming others. That's the only time they can discuss it. But whatever y'all discuss in counseling, that's between you and that counselor. That's it. So I'm gonna leave her information strolling across the bottom. Even you, Radio Chaos, you can call her too. I know you up in Canada. She said no matter where you are, they can provide service for you. So if you need counseling, give her a call. Um, um, but that's a sad situation. Listening to um, the mother and the grandmother talk, and the kids, and apparently this young man was a great student, a great grandchild, and to hear about this, any kid, it affects me different because kids supposed to be a kid, grow up, and be our future leaders, and all of that is wiped out. Um, so hopefully that family um, is doing what they can to get through this. It's not gonna be easy, but they definitely need your prayers because that's a hard one to swallow. Um, and also, if no, I'll reach out to them personally. Um, but Miss Risky, I know it was a couple other stories we want to hit on. We're gonna try to run through them quickly because we got on a little bit later than what we wanted to, and 4:30 come early. Um, so uh, Kayla Kelley, um, young lady missing out of Collin County. Um, and I did not pull his name up. One person have been arrested for her kidnapping, but they still searching for her. Her car was found, um, and it was one of her friends that actually reported her missing after I said Kelly, Kayla Kelley. Um, one of her friends actually had reported her missing after not hearing from her for a couple of days. And this guy, um,
Oh, Kester
uh,
Ferguson, or also known as Kevin Brown. So apparently,
yeah,
he has some aliases.
exactly. So he's he's in jail for kidnapping, but they are desperately searching for this young lady, and hopefully they can find her. Um, they can find her. That's another prime example where um, people dealing with mental illness, and that's what that guy's dealing with because he used several names, and no telling what he done with this young lady.
And even the
Um,
fact that her vehicle was found in a remote area in Frisco. Like, I
which
know
is crazy.
it's growing, and there's still some woody areas in North Texas and North DFW area. But hopefully she'll be found, but it's unlikely. I'm sure he did something to her, but hopefully they find her in in any way that they possibly can, because she's been missing since the 11th. Um, and, and at this point, it's like, I watch a lot of crime shows. They ain't looking good. So he did something.
Yeah, and she's actually missing out of Dallas, but they found her car in Collin County.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
In a rural area or remote area in Frisco.
and,
And and like I
and
said, it's woody in certain areas, and he, you can hide things in various areas. There are lots of lakes and lots of canals and lots of wood. You know what I mean? Like along that stretch.
hold on, hold on. This just came out. Um, they saying that a body was found in Grand Prairie near the suspect house, and this just came out, I think, 8 minutes ago, and they believe it's her. So I guess we'll have to update it again. This literally just came
How
out.
long is like it was unlikely they would have found her alive.
Wait a minute, that's not far from where I used to hang out at. Um, over off of Kingwood. Yeah, that's not far from man, yeah, that's crazy. It's less than a mile from his house. Kingwood and Crown Boulevard, which is active scene now because they're actually there now investigating it. So unfortunately, um man, this is crazy. Um it kind of remind me of another story that I know we did not talk about it. You could talk about me later. But the Alabama basketball player that shot and killed this young lady after he flirted with her and her boyfriend is with her. And he shot and killed her. I I'm sorry, I just thought about it. Talk about me later.
I'm not. I'm still
But
tinkering.
I
Like
just thought about that because yeah, because sometimes I read stories and then another story triggers something else. But this happened, I want to say earlier this week. It was on the news last night. Well, I seen it on the news this morning. And as they was arresting him, he was yelling out, telling his mom he love her. And he really do love his mom and all of this. But the young man shot and killed a young lady because he was flirting with her and she wasn't interested. And her boyfriend was with her. And he was a star basketball player at in Alabama. And I want to say on the report they said this morning he before he shot her, he was like, you don't know who I am? Yeah, you're not interested in me? You don't know who I am? Then he shot and killed her, which is crazy. But you up here calling for your mama as they're arresting you. Yeah, I heard those straws being picked last night this morning when they showed that clip. 'Cause I said, yeah, Big Bubba finna have a good time, but each his own. That's just crazy. Mental illness is real. Mental illness is real. If you know you're dealing with stuff, get help. Ask for help. I've told people before, hey, if you struggling with something, you need somebody to talk to, call me. Call me. Shoot me a text. We'll get you some help. We will get you some help because this is serious. Um, but I'm sorry. I know we didn't talk about this story, but it just goes along with Kayla Kelley that this guy she's missing. So that's just crazy. Um, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
with.
See, there you go. I know I went off all the way off. Because we didn't we did not plan that one. That's my fault because we trying to stay on time, right? Right. I know it's past your bedtime and mine too. Um, we're gonna talk about this other story that I don't know why we still dealing with this.
I
And
mean, because we don't have the backing, we have no support, and it's gonna keep
uh,
happening until we get our reparations and get our respect.
Yeah, that's basically what's going to have to happen. And people scared to call them out. And basically, let me tell them what we're talking about. Okay, a neo-Nazi group in New England is accused of hanging "Keep New England White" signs over the freeway. "Keep New England White" banners over the overpass in New Hampshire, which is crazy. And now they face a state civil rights acts violation. That's crazy that we having to still deal with this in 2023. And
But wasn't somebody
people,
lynched recently?
yeah, you
Like
told me about a
they
story
literally
last
they were like hanging from a tree in a park somewhere, and this
in
wasn't like the
Houston, I
first.
believe.
Yeah, it was somewhere nearby, and I'm like, didn't we just have this a year before or something? Like in California, they're like, oh, it looks
We've had it in
suspicious.
we had it in California. We also had it in Texas too. And it seemed like it was one in some other state because we done several stories where um
Yeah, modern day legends.
yeah where people was young black men was being hung in trees, and they all said it was no foul play.
Yeah, and then one of
So
them
all the
was like, there was no way he could have done it himself, but it looks like suicide. How did he get up in the tree? Like, there's no ladder, no anything. Like, he didn't just pull himself up. So yeah,
that's too
all the
much
situations
work to be
get
trying to.
brushed under the rug. And so until we hit them in the pockets and we demand our respect, we've been drastic. We go back to the old school, like Malcolm X days, and like by any means necessary until we get the respect. And whatever they do, we do to them. I'm just saying.
Sometime that we got to get respect because here it is. um i s- I seen you sent it to me, that post on, think it came from TikTok, that was talking about R. Kelly, the one you
Uh-huh.
sent me earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that before,
uh
how they vilify like Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, and all that, but we still playing Elvis. Like, he really waited for that Priscilla to be an adult before they had conjugals. No, he was grooming a little 14-year-old girl. There's no reason for a 20-year-old to be friends with a little 14-year-old. What was it, Jerry Lee Lewis? We still playing his stuff, and he married his 13-year-old cousin. You know, and then who's Steven Tyler's in the news, but well, not anymore. Like he was in there last week, and they brought
Recently.
up right, and but you ain't heard anything on that. But we all knew, we knew he was with that 16-year-old girl back in the day. That's what they all did in the 60s and 70s. They had like
And
these little groupies who were underage partying and getting co-signed with their parents. And nobody's trying to cancel
and
Steven Tyler.
and what about the guy that did the song Sweet Carolina?
Yeah, but I mean, he wrote about a little 7-year-old girl, but did he do anything else? Because I don't know anything about Neil Diamond. Was he
Eh,
with
eh,
little 14-year-olds? Because the only thing he just wrote that creepy song about some Caroline, yeah, the Caroline Kennedy.
yeah.
So that's all we know. But it's still being sung in every sporting event, bar, or whatever. I mean, there's still songs today that are sung by creepy old men, and we sing them and with a big smile on our face. But it's only when they have darker skin we start trying to put them in jail and lock them up. Everybody else
And
is like,
especially
"Oh, that was the times."
if they making money and making their wives and stuff like them, that's when it's a problem. um because R. Kelly, you know,
R. Kelly was making a lot of people money. Like people are still trying to sneak some of his stuff in because he was a hit maker. He was like a
Yeah,
evil genius. Like you can't like even though he did a horrible thing but we all knew about it in the 90s. We knew. We were still
yeah.
bopping to his songs. He had great songs. Would we
When he,
allow our cousins and children to be around him? No, because we have more sense than that. We have better sense than that.
and then on
But
top of that, when he first left, what was the group he was with when he first came out? Uh,
oh, I didn't know he was with a group. I didn't know
no,
anything really about him.
he was with a group, but when he came out with "Seem Like You're Ready," no, 12 Play. When he came out
Oh,
with 12 Play, that's after he left that group. What's the somebody put in the chat? What was the name of that group? Kelly was a part of. And I've seen an interview with that group, and I think one of them mentioned something about them. That's what broke up the group because here it is, you got this grown man hanging out at the
he's
high
still young.
school. Come on now. Somebody in this corner should have been saying, "Hey, Robert, you don't need to do that. You don't need to be going up to that school."
But again, Hollywood and like these music mogul type people, that's a multi-million dollar industry, you know? So there are freaks all in that company. I mean, the fact that we have these child actors and singers coming out saying, "Hey, we were violated," and it's pretty much everybody. It's a whole industry. The fact that all these celebrities, political officials, and everybody was going to Epstein Island, we know what they were doing out there. All of them, like they like, and then they say like Ice Cube and somebody else did a video up there,
Did the video up where?
Epstein Island. I think it was Ice Cube. It was two rappers. It was somebody, and I was like, for real? And I was like, I remember a video, but I'm not into rap, so I don't know. But it was him and somebody else. But everybody went there, whether they did shady things or not. They were guilty by association because they all know of what's going on around them. The casting couch. Everybody knew about the casting couch. That didn't just spring up out of thin air, But when you have people who are making billions of dollars, they're powerful. They can make you or break you.
Yeah,
They just brush it under the rug. It didn't happen to me, so I'm just gonna ignore it because they're making me money, and that's the problem, you know. And so that's why a lot of these things they get talked about, and we make people look stupid and crazy when they come out and say, "Oh, he did this," and we're like, "No, he wouldn't possibly do this."
mm,
And then you follow the reports. Oh, they reported this years ago, and we didn't listen. Like
exactly.
Corey Feldman, all over the circuit, he been talking about child molestation since he was a child, and people are like, "Oh, well, he's a junkie, he's a crackhead. We're not going to listen to him." And now those same people he done ratted out. Oh, maybe he was saying, maybe he was speaking the truth. And what's that crazy black dude, Orlando Brown or whatever his name is from That's So
Oh,
Raven?
Orlando Brown. Oh,
Yeah, he's
Orlando.
nuts.
Yeah,
But
Orlando Brown. Yeah.
if you listen, in
Listen
between
to
all the
him.
crazy stuff, a lot of that stuff kind of lines up with some other stuff we'd already heard in the background. We just didn't want to accept it. This stuff's been going on. And the fact that they're trying to put their feet down now, like, okay, and what are you going to do about it? I mean, they ain't moving quick enough for me because that whole organization needs to come down, but it's not.
And not only him, but immature. It was rumors that some of them was touched.
Mm, yeah, well,
The group
everybody, if you were
immature.
a child, especially in the 80s and 90s, and I've said this before, most kids in the 80s and probably early 90s was molested in some way, shape, or form,
And
raped,
that's
whatever. And those were just the breaks then. No matter what your station was, if it was school, if you were entertainment, it wasn't regulated. Like we didn't have these, if you see something, say something. We just saw it and we just like, oh, she getting her booty taken. Like, people saw it, but they just ignored it because it was like, okay, and nobody wanted to deal
Exactly.
with it
So,
until now.
yeah,
Now we're all postal and buying
and
guns.
and some of these, like for instance, since you mentioned Orlando Brown, um, some of his action today is probably a response for what happened to him in the past.
Yeah.
That's what they talk about in counseling about some of the things that we deal with today comes from what we had to deal with in our past. So
Mhm.
it's a difference in it. And it's
And especially if you
uh
never got help for it and people, again, make you think you're crazy and you start to believe it. So he
and you
hasn't had time to recover and get his mind right.
and you
He's just
crying
kind of
out for help,
flailing.
but nobody is trying to help you,
Hmm. Yeah.
which
So now he's looking
is
like the
crazy.
crazy person. But it's like you
On
listen,
dr-
it's like, like he done talked about some other people, but they were quiet. Like, I don't know about you. If somebody said some disparaging things against you, wouldn't you come back with a comment or a clap back or something or try to clear your
be
name?
like,
There's a couple of people, they ain't said nothing, they ain't said nothing. I ain't heard nothing about no lawyers, no cease and desist, nothing, nothing, none of that. I'm just saying.
"Mm,
I'm not gonna name
well,
names, but I remember those interviews and the responses, and it was like, wait, that's your response,
hey,
Little Bow Wow? No, I'm just kidding.
Lord, not.
I wasn't gonna say it, but it just came out. But I'm just saying, some people in his circle, him, some other people know some things and did some things,
Yeah, it's
but
like, hey, some you have to get help if you're dealing with uh, sexual abuse or anything like that that happened to you as a child. Give Miss Dion Simmons a call. Um, 817-776-5803. Now, taking counseling is not to be, um, it's not one of those things where they just going to listen to you. They're going to give you the proper tools and knowledge to be able to deal with it. So, um, definitely reach out to her and we need to see if we could get her back on pretty soon. Her and also Miss Kincaid. I need to reach out to Miss Kincaid. It's been a while since she been on. So we need to get Miss Kincaid back on because y'all know she she raw. She keep it real. So, but definitely I need to get them both back on and try to get the counseling going again on a regular basis because we all dealing with stuff. We're all struggling with things, and sometimes we just need to talk. We need to talk, get it off our chest, and move on. So, Miss Risky, let the people know where they can find you. Oh, I kept a radio comment up there. Lionel Richie only danced on the ceiling.
that we
uh,
know of.
I was thinking the same
I
thing
mean,
that we
because listen, in
know
the
of.
'80s, cocaine was free. It's just
It,
like
it was like
they
if you,
all were doing some things,
it was kind of like in order to be a star, you have to do this. That's basically what it was.
especially if you,
Um,
well, it didn't even matter if you were male or female. Like they were
no,
free. They didn't care if you were aesthetically pleasing.
and that's kind of like if you listen to Smokey Robinson song "Tears of a Clown," that was him calling out for help because he was struggling during that time. And I say that because um, I seen him in an interview and he said something similar to it, Tears of a Clown. He made jokes, but behind closed doors, he was struggling. He was hurt. And
Well, a
people
lot of
don't,
them were back then. I mean, like Temptations, they were just like all over the place. But a lot of those they came from impoverished homes and still took the hood life to their celebrity life. They didn't know how to transition. So, uh, yeah, it's just crazy. That's just the way it was back then. And didn't he just come out talking about he had a long affair with Diana Ross?
It wouldn't surprise me. Allegedly, Michael did too, but it it won't surprise me.
Michael.
Uh, you know that rumor. Reach
Mm-mm.
out and touch.
I didn't hear that rumor. I knew it was friends.
Shoot. Hey, oh,
We've all been Judies before. We've had some Judies, little cover ups.
be like, hey,
Michael Jackson was undercover.
al-
Well, not so much undercover.
allegedly,
I don't know what his
allegedly, he
sister
was her
said.
boy toy.
She alluded to it in that interview, talking about he used to wear his mama's jacket and play dress up, and then that jacket from that what was it, that Motown special when he did the Billie Jean and the Moonwalk? That was his mama's jacket.
Oh yeah, that what?
Yeah, that was his mama's jacket. Hmm.
I know he didn't want to perform for Motown 25. I believe that's what it
Yeah,
was,
but that was
Motown
like
25.
I still remember it till this day. Like it was so memorable. It was awesome.
And
I
and
love
and he did the moonwalk because he
it.
was pissed off.
So,
And
but
from
yeah, but
that,
he was wearing his mama's sparkly
I didn't
jacket.
know I didn't know he wearing a mama jacket now. Come
Hmm.
on, Mike.
Hmm.
Hey, I guess.
Per Janet. You can see the interview online somewhere. I was like, okay. Hmm. So anyway,
Hey.
you can find me in these streets, even though it's gonna be cold. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I'm trying to make my presence known online. RSKEE. Follow me on TikTok. I'm doing more content, getting my follows on. If you want to send me an email, rskee at Yahoo, send me a message. If you want to hear a story or want me to research something, send it in. You want to bless me and make sure, I have a good birthday coming up next month because I'll be celebrating the whole month. Feel free.
Wait a minute, where Marcellus at? Marcel, he's
He at
probably
his
gone.
third job.
Yeah, Marcellus. When you listen to this replay, Miss Risky birthday is next month. Yeah. Go on, drop 2 of those paychecks off those
No,
jobs.
he'll probably be like, no, we got to meet and I'll pay for your dinner. We'll get like a 2 for 10. A 2 for 20
What's
at
that?
Applebee's.
Buy one, get one free. Hmm. I take you to Ponchos. The
Do they still
buffet
have
where he used to play.
ponchos?
I think it's one in Mesquite. I don't know.
Ain't nobody driving a Mesquite.
I don't know. Last time I went to Ponchos, the only thing I got was the flatos. That was it.
The
I
who?
The flatos. Um,
The flautas?
them too. The
It
flatos, the
sounds like you trying to
flatos.
say vatos and flautas reversed together. I was like, I've never heard of that. I've heard of
See,
flautas and
now you
burritos.
got me thinking of another story I seen online. That apartment complex in Miami that is next to the federal prison.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
So I don't know whose design idea this was, but there's this nice luxury apartment that decided to build their property next to a federal prison and got mad because the prisoners can see at the courtyard where the women are all in a bikini,
in the
and then
pool.
talk about we can't relax because they're shouting obscenities at our wives.
That ain't
And
what he
they
said.
caught him on film. He was still yelling obscenities.
Wait a minute, what did he say? He said, "Hey, Vato, I wanna bang,
Yep,
bang,
yep.
bang your
The F
wife."
word.
I'm like, huh?
Like they caught him on the footage, the news footage. He's like, yeah, there you go, right there. He all in the window. Hilarious.
The,
Look that up,
and,
y'all.
and
Federal
then the guy
prison
was
next to a
talking about,
luxury apartment in Florida. And I was
and
like,
then the guy
who
talking about,
approves that?
and that was the first day they was there. The guy said, "How
Who
can you
approves that?
enjoy your first day?" And some guy is up here wicky wacky
Yeah.
and talking about he
Because
wanna
the women are,
wanna bang, bang, bang your wife.
right. like it's literally the courtyard and the pool is right where the windows of the prisoners are. Like they can just look down and see it. They're right there.
When the
If
prisoners
you're
at
on the lower
recess,
levels, you get a better view. But he was like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't relax. Well, they can. They are now. They got. They don't need
they
TV.
fleet. They fleet.
They see. They see very nicely.
They be crawled up in the corner, be talking about.
Right. Yeah. Same
So,
time tomorrow.
hey, what time you coming back?
Hey,
I'll
girl
be
in the
here.
thong.
What time you coming back? I'll be here.
It
Hey,
was funny. I was like, why he got to be Hispanic? That was the hilarious. That was hilarious. Thick accent, and he just yelling obscenities. There, and the
hey,
wife was, there he
vatos.
goes, right there. And I'm gonna f your wife.
Hey, vato. I'm gonna bang, bang, bang your wife. I'm like, Lord.
Oh, that was
See,
hilarious.
see that apartment complex should make that known. Of
Well,
course, they
when you
won't
go
because they'll
view the
lose money.
apartment, you know there's a
You
prison
need
right
to
there. So that's
need to
on them. That's
need
on
to
them.
check the area that you move to. I'm like,
Right.
boy,
Don't move in blind. Like they knew it was a prison there. I guess they didn't. I mean, yeah, but whoever got that approved, that's comical. And you know it's gonna be some TikTok videos coming out real soon. Some girls
yeah.
gonna be teasing and taunting.
Hey, I'm single. No, it'll be one chick to say I'm single. Where's
Listen,
that
Love
located
After
at?
Lockup, that show's been on what 6 seasons.
Hey, somebody like it. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, but so how's how's your feet lover thing going?
Mm.
You ain't been on there?
No,
Oh no. Well, I won't promote that tonight
I
then.
mean you can promote it, but yeah, I mean it's I forgot
You
the
got to get the
thing.
people what they want.
Yeah, I'm going there. I think I posted another video or a picture or something. I don't know what I did. Did something. I'm trying to get
Lord,
out there. I'm trying to get my feelers out, get some side hustles going.
Lord.
So
Um, but support Miguel. Support Miguel. Um, other than that, you can find me on social media. Um, it's best to hit me in the DM. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hit me in the DM. That's the best way of doing it. And I will respond, but no craziness. Cause anything crazy, my blocking game is strong. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But you can also shoot a text or something, just like Miss Risky said. You can email her. You can email us. Um, and we will respond back. Um, so hopefully y'all have a great week. And if the good Lord say the same, we will see y'all next week. Until then,